Hey everybody, just on a walk with the dog, trying to get better at checking in with you guys. I have been feeling really like guided and towards doing something that's more kingdom centered, if you will. As a lot of you know, I already kind of had an online presence before coming to Christ, before leading my life in the realms of Christianity. I was doing tarot readings and other things, and so that's how my presence was for so long. Social media was kind of a different beast for me, if you will. So the fact that I was showing up in such a different way, in almost what you could consider like a past life, that was a different Erica, even just a year ago. And so I've been really struggling with, how do I show up? I know God has been calling me to minister in a new way. I just haven't known how, and that's been the point, really. The patience and the waiting has been definitely part of my own journey, so that was needed for sure. But I'm getting to the point where I'm receiving a lot of revelation and insight as to what the next steps are, what to do. And a big first step is showing up to care for myself in a different way. And I found that God does this with instructions quite a bit. Like, he'll give us like a certain little set of instructions that we need to follow, if you want to think of it like a video game, before we can move on to the next level, if you will. In other words, he doesn't want to give us something that we're not ready for. And so I was really going through it for a while. My neurological migraine disorder, it was just really hard for me to show up and care for myself, and then wearing on me mentally, being in that state of immobility for so long was really hard for me. But I actually praise God for that, because I've learned so much, and I definitely picked up some pieces to the puzzle that I needed along the way. That being said, throughout all of that, throughout of the extra stillness and extra contemplation and just sitting with actual physical pain that I had to sit with, I am finally realizing and trusting what I'm hearing from God, which is to just show up in this way, just show up in an authentic way, mostly sharing me and what I'm doing and what I'm going through. I think that's the best way I can serve everyone, is to just be myself and kind of take you guys along with me whenever I am out on the road. My job is very interesting. I work in death care, so I'm always traveling, going to cemeteries, going to funeral home customers. Funeral homes are my customers. Lots of interesting stuff about death care in general that most people don't know. So I have a lot of value to add there. Just what am I using? What am I doing to keep myself healthy? For instance, I'm on a walk with my dog. That's something I have been trying to do way more these days, at least once a day, a long walk. Recently, I went to Las Vegas with my husband. When I was there, I did a lot of walking, a lot. And don't get it twisted, you don't have to go outside in the 115-degree weather in Vegas to get a lot of steps in. Believe that. Because I didn't even step foot outside for more than maybe a total of 10 minutes one day. And I still had almost 20,000 steps in one day. So anyways, it was there that I realized I had been underestimating walking for a very long time, like way too long. I'm really late to the party here. But ever since I came back from Vegas, I have been thoroughly obsessed with walking. I feel so much better. For the longest time, I swore by high intensity interval training, and that can work, but I really have to push through so many hurdles to get myself conditioned for that. And it really, if I'm honest, doesn't really agree with my hormones and my neurological condition at this point in my life anyway. So walking is where it's at for me. Taking care of myself, living, doing my best. Anyway, I think that's a wrap. I think that's really all I have to say. So I invite any of you who just are ready to keep an open mind to come along with me, keeping an open mind, watching what I'm doing, kind of learning alongside of me as I go through life's ebbs and flows. Yeah, happy Sunday, everybody.